Good morning. My name is Ada, and today I'll be sharing with you from my studies of the Word. Now, John chapter 2, the last few verses, talks about Jesus in Jerusalem. In Jerusalem, he performed miracles, and the Bible says that the people believed him. Many of them, they believed in him. But Jesus did not commit himself to them because he knew man. He knew what was in man. He did not commit himself to them. They were praising him, they saw he did miracles, and yet he did not commit himself to them. And when we get to chapter 3, we see that Nicodemus came to see him at night, and he revealed something. He said, "We know that you are a teacher come from God. We know because nobody can do all these things you do if God was not with him." Who are the we? The Pharisees, the Sanhedrin. The Pharisees, the Sadducees, the whole Sanhedrin, the leadership of the day, knew that Jesus was from God. And yet, why were they so opposed to him? Why did they not follow him? They knew who he was. But not only did they refuse to follow him, they prevented others from following him. That's because Jesus was upending the status quo. He was changing stuff. They did not like change. They were afraid of losing their positions. They were afraid of losing their places. Like, we are the important ones, and this man comes here and he's teaching this new stuff, and we're going to lose our place. Now, this is also, part of what I talked about yesterday. They lost sight of their reason for being, their reason for existing as Pharisees. And so now Jesus is here. It should have been a time of glory. It should have been a time of, yes, this man we've been waiting for. This man we've been studying for, ready. And he's here. But instead, it was here. We're like, he's here. Does that mean we would no longer be honored in the marketplaces? No more high seats, high tables, no more gifts from the people, no more positions of grandeur, and their personal desires, their personal lives took preeminence over what they knew to be true. Jesus did not commit himself to the people because he knew what was in man. He knew that man could be fickle. Love you today and tomorrow crucify him. Man can be fickle. In another place it says that Jesus committed himself to God. That's because God is faithful. God is dependable. He's able to keep to the uttermost that which is committed into his hands. And that's where Jesus committed himself. Because he knew God. He knew the difference. He knew that today these people were like, Messiah, yay, praise you, oh, you're wonderful. And tomorrow they were like, crucify him. Away with him. We don't want him. In fact, we would rather have a murderer than him. That's how fickle men are. When God calls you, commit yourself to God. Let his opinion be more important than that of man. If men are like following you, lifting you up, like, yeah, you're good, you're like, just person called of God, they're listening to you, that's fine, you know. But in your heart, remember whose opinion is best. Remember that God is more important. Remember to set your priorities right. Set your priorities straight. Did Jesus love his people? Yes, he did. Did he teach them? Yes, he did. Did he heal? Yes, he did. And he continued to perform his miracles, and he even died on the cross for them. But he knew that it was very easy for them to turn against him. And so it was God that he was focused on. His eyes were focused on God. Okay, God, what do you want me to do? And this is what I'm doing. When God calls you, what he's called you to do may not be popular. It may upend the status quo. It may change things. And when it begins to change things, you're going to see that opposition comes. You're going to see people that they're the ones that told you that you had a call in your life. They're the ones that were like, answer God's call. God has called you. You're a wonderful pastor, a wonderful preacher. Do what God has called you to do. And then you do it, and they're like, whoa, bro, sis, we're not very sure. Are you sure? You probably shouldn't do that. That's how man is fickle. But when you go to God and make him your foundation, his opinion the most important, then you can stand even when all else fails. I'll give you an example with Paul. In the book of Acts 16. Acts 16:16, there's a story that we know, we always read the story, we will sing songs about it, Paul and Silas, they prayed, they sang, the Holy Ghost came down, and, they were in jail. But a lot of times we forget why they were in jail in the first place. Why were they there? Many times we assume it's because they were preaching the gospel. Like, hey, that's usually why they went to jail. They were preaching, people didn't like it, and they got locked up. But this time, there was something different. The Bible says they preached many days. That means nobody disturbed them, nobody arrested them, nobody stopped them from preaching. For many days, they were there. Many days, they were preaching the gospel. They were spreading the word. But there was a problem. There was a young girl in the place. There was a young girl who was possessed by the spirit of divination. And she made a lot of money for her masters. She was a slave girl. She made a lot of money for her masters because, people would come, tell me my fortune, tell me my future, and she would tell them, oh, this is going to happen, the other one's going to happen. And so people paid, of course, to listen to her, like they do now with palm readers and fortune tellers. She was a fortune teller, and she followed them around. What she's saying was actually, it looked good for them. It was like, oh, these are the people that are preaching to you the word of salvation, listen to them, listen to this man. But Paul knew enough not to commit himself to her message. Her message looked like it was helping him. She's telling people to listen to them. But Paul knew there was a spirit behind that message that wasn't right. There was a negative spirit behind that message. And so, like Jesus, he did not commit his ministry to that message. He did not commit himself or silence to that message. And the Bible says after many days, he turned around and he cast that spirit out of her. And she's delivered, she's healed. And you would think that people will be happy that this girl that has been possessed of the devil is now healed. No. As long as she was under bondage, they were happy. As long as she was manifesting this, fortune telling, as long as she was in pain, they were making money, they had no problems. As long as Paul left their money-making lady alone, they had no problems. But as soon as Paul cast out the spirit, as soon as she was set free, then they rose up, then they got annoyed, then they got angry, they reported him, and he got arrested and sent to prison. He got arrested because he changed the status quo. He changed how things were done. He wouldn't let the status quo define his ministry. When God calls you, don't let it be man defining your ministry, defining where God has called you to be. Maybe God has called you to be a Bible study teacher, or someone else comes and like, why should you be a Bible study teacher? You should go up there and be a pastor. Pastor at church, you know the Bible so well. Is that what God has called you to be? Is that what God has told you? God has called you for a reason. Commit yourself to God. Commit your ministry to God. Follow Him. Answer His call. Do what He asks you to do. Don't let man decide for you. Because guess what? When He suits them, they follow it. When He does not, when you disrupt how things are done, on God's command, of course, they're going to turn it against you quicker than you can blink. So commit yourself to God. He is the one that will keep you. He is the one that will protect you. He is the one that will deliver you. He is the one that will bring harvests from the seed that you're sowing. Commit to God. Be like Jesus. Be like Paul. Jesus is our example. That's why we're called Christians, as Christ-like. Love. But let God be all in all. I hope this has blessed you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.